only way we're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers, and all of them, because our ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented there are here.
Oh, Chucky Schmucky Schumer saying the quiet part out loud, it looks like. I mean, it shouldn't be any surprise to any of you that this is the goal. We've all known it. And in fact, I've talked about it, and I'm sure you've talked to your friends and family and neighbors who, and probably been told that you're a conspiracy theorist, just like I have. Probably been told that that's not what they're trying to do. That no, they're not. They don't have the border wide open so that they can get more people here to vote. That's not it at all. They're not. No, just stop. You're out there. It's something's wrong with your head. Well, guess what? We were right. Not that really is that vindicating, but the point is that yeah, the millions, and he said 11 or whatever the number is, because he knows it's more than that. He knows it's more than that. He knows it's way more than 11. Do we know the exact number? No, but I would say it's probably at least 30 to 40 million. At least 30 to 40 million, maybe even more. I've seen reports from Border Patrol agents that say that they believe the number's in the 50 to 60 million range. And this is going back over at least the last 4 or 5 years. And I mean, if you extend the timeline back over the last decade, I mean, who knows? Who knows how many people's in this country illegally, where they've come from, what their intentions are. But at least now we know that is their intent, to get them all to come here. And you catch that it's going to make America a better country. Make us a better country. Well, of course it is. I mean, bringing all the beautiful culture from all over the world, the wonderful food, wonderful belief system, all the amazing personal hygiene, all those wonderful diseases that we haven't had here in the United States in decades, maybe a century or so. All that violence, all that, that degrading society stuff, that we don't, that part that they don't put as high a life, value of life that we do, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that's coming here, and it's going to make America a better place. And I'm telling you, folks, I know that there's a lot of stuff in the news right now that's dominating, whether it's Trump or Hunter Biden or the school shooting, or many other stuff, all these influencers getting paid by Russia. They must have missed me. I wasn't offered any big fat checks from Russia. I guess I'm not that important. But the point is that there's a lot of stuff out there going on. But I'm telling you, folks, every day that goes by, every video that I make, every time you get up and go to work, you teach your children, you go out and you milk the cows, you gather the eggs, every day, people are coming into this country illegally. And of course, the focus has been predominantly on the southern border, but they come into this country illegally by many other ways. There's a lot of illegal immigration coming in through our ports. There's a lot of illegal immigration coming in from the northern border. And there's a lot of illegal immigration by them just literally getting on a plane and flying here, and they let them in. It's very easy if you listen to the rhetoric. They talk about these, that they've declared asylum seekers. And they make it sound like that, well, that's not illegals. These are people that's going through the proper paperwork. No, it's not actually. That's not true. Don't believe that for a minute. There's an app that you can download. And I've watched several videos of this, and you basically, it's a little questionnaire, It's a little click. You answer some questions, and then it basically registers you as an asylum seeker. And so when you come across the border, there's your paperwork, and they let you in. United Nations, and I've reported on this many times, you can go into their website. They brag about it. They don't hide it. They brag about the fact that they're on the southern side of the border. They're in Mexico, and they're there when these asylum seekers, when these illegals, when they come to the border and they're getting ready to cross, they're on the Mexican side, and they're assisting them. They're giving them the phones. They're helping them do the asylum seeking thing. They are teaching them what to do. They're giving them paperwork, telling them where to go. Go talk to this attorney. This is how you get food stamps. This is how you get housing. This is how you get education and health care and your kids this and that, this and that, and this and that, and this and that. They give them this whole packet. And so they're helping them. They're assisting them. You could say, well, maybe we should go after the United Nations because they're a criminal organization. I don't disagree with you at all with that. But the United Nations is doing this because it's what the United States government wants done. The United States government is part of this. This is part of the plan. And the plan is basically to destroy the United States from within. If America once dies and collapses, it will not be from a foreign force. I don't believe so. That doesn't mean we won't be attacked from a foreign force, but I don't think America will collapse due to a foreign adversary. America will collapse from within. And this is part of that within. And it's happening every day. And there's constant stuff in the news of crime, of lives lost, of lives shattered, money destroyed, property, all kinds of stuff, because we have opened the floodgates and we're allowing all of these illegals in. And I don't think it's going to stop. And I know that there are many of you that are hoping that when Donald Trump, if he were to get elected, maybe, and if he does, that maybe he'll fix the problem. I don't believe it'll happen. Right now, I did the math. Right now, there's somewhere around 2,000 to 3,000, maybe up to 4,000 illegals per border agent, or for every ICE agent, immigration agent. They would have to hire an immense amount of people to be able to round them all up. And a lot of these are very hardened criminal elements, and they're going to fight back. They're not going to just go easy. So if there was some mass roundup, it would probably be an internal war for certain. There'd be war on the streets of America because of that. I'm not saying that he wouldn't try. I'm just saying that it's not going to go that smoothly. We have to be prepared for this, folks. You need to be ready. This is why I've been telling people to get out of these cities, get out of the places where the majority of them are going to go. It doesn't mean they're not going to show up out in the country, but they're predominantly going to go to the cities, and that's where the numbers are. And out in the country, you've got room, and you've got neighbors of like mind, and you got people that won't put up with trespassers. That's how it is out here. We won't put up with it. And you typically, in a lot of your rural areas, like where I live, you have a local law enforcement, local governments that are going to end up supporting the people. And you have to keep their feet planted and on that path. But I'm telling you, folks, you better get ready for this. You better get ready for a third world America. Crime, I don't even know how to put it. I mean, there's plenty of Hollywood movies that depict the scenario, but I think it's going to be way worse than anyone probably has really planned for and thought of. You can look at African countries, you can look at certain South American countries, and you can probably start to get an idea of what is in store for America. Look at Europe right now. There's places in Europe that are worse than some South American and African streets. That's coming to America. It's inevitable, okay? This isn't a political, this isn't hypothetical, this is scientific. This is pretty much just math, folks. You can't put that many people from third world countries in a nation and continue to allow it to happen and not expect some very negative repercussions. You better be getting ready for this. You better be stocking up, having a plan, how to take care of yourself, how to do for yourself, and not be dependent upon a system. It may be too dangerous to go get the system and use it. It may not be available. There's cities. There was a news report a year or so ago of a town up in, I believe it was Michigan, but it could have been Wisconsin, somewhere in that area. And I think it was a town of around 14,000 people, if I remember. It's been a while since I read the article. And they were talking about how the calls to police had gone up many times over. You know, they were handling the amount of calls in, say, a 3 or 4 month period that they had handled like the 2 or 3 previous years combined. And it was because of this flood of illegals. And they said that they weren't even able to go to most calls. that they couldn't handle it. They didn't have enough people. That could be the problem. You better be ready to take care of yourself. You better be ready to take care of your needs, your food, your water, your medical. You better be able to take care of your defense, because the plan is pretty clear, folks. They want to get as many people as they can here. And even if those gates and those doors and that border shuts down at some point, they know if they can get as many tens of millions into this country as they can, that it's a go. And that's exactly what's happening. And they want to give them all citizenship. They want to give them all a path to that. They want to let them all vote. What do you think's going to happen in this nation when that happens? When they can all vote? I mean, there'll be a lot of them voting this time around, whether it's legal or not. They'll be doing it. And when they all can, you don't have to be a very creative imagination, creative mind to figure out what's going to happen. Better take notice. This isn't something to just casually talk about and shoulda, woulda, coulda, maybe I'm going to do something about it. If you don't do anything else, if you don't focus on any other issue that's going on, you better be focusing on this one. And you better be getting ready very quickly, because there's already many places in this country that it's too late to be getting ready, because the war is already in those streets. It's time to get your houses in order and to prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.